So guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, but I've been trying to work on some new stuff to share with you guys. I've probably performed this trick that I'm going to perform to you guys today on the channel in the past, like a very long time ago, but I've updated it slightly and I'm going to be teaching you the tutorial for it since I've adapted. I don't even know where I saw this trick, but it was years ago. If I remember where I saw it, I'll link it down in the description. But with all that said, let's just jump straight into today's performance. So today's performance isn't really a trick as we usually do. It's more of a game, and it's not a 3 card Monty. It's something entirely different. We're going to be using the 4 aces here, and we're going to be playing the little game that I've invented, which is very simple to play, and the rules are very easy to remember, mainly because the name of the game is very catchy. It's called Which Ace is Face Up. So we take a look. We're going to be using these aces to play Which Ace is Face Up. It's very simple. The idea is I'm going to be taking it in turns to turn over some of the aces in the packet, but I'm not going to be doing it as obvious as that. I'm going to be doing sleight of hand just like this in order to maneuver the cards, so I'm only leaving one ace face up each time. And well, that's the aim of the game. You've got to determine which of the aces is face up in the packet. So is it going to be clubs, diamonds, hearts, or spades? You think it's going to be clubs? Okay, let's take a look. So if we go through the packet now, we'll take a look. And the ace of hearts is the only face up one. So unfortunately you got it wrong there, but we'll carry on. So we'll just rearrange the cards slightly, and I'll do the sleight of hand there. Okay, so now which ace is face up? Now I could double bluff you here and just leave the same ace face up, so it's up to you to determine which ace you believe is face up. It could still be the hearts, but which one are you going to go for? You're going to stick with clubs like you did in the first go. Let's take a look. It is the ace of clubs. Well done. Okay, so you got 1 out of 2 so far. We'll do another round. I'll make it a little bit more difficult. There we go for you. So now we have 1 ace left face up in the packet. Which ace is face up this time? Is it clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds? You're going to go with diamonds. Okay, let's take a look. Go through the packet. It is in fact the ace of diamonds. That's pretty impressive. Okay, for one last point, we'll play a little bonus round. Instead of playing which ace is face up, I'm going to ask you which ace is on top. So which ace is this card right here? You think it's the ace of spades because it's the only ace we've not seen yet? That makes sense. Let's take a look. And it is the ace of spades. Now the weird thing about the ace of spades, not a lot of people know about it, is it's very powerful, and because it's the leader of the aces, whenever it turns face up, or whenever I turn it face up, the rest of the aces also follow in suit. You'll see that if you spread the cards, all of the aces are now face up. Now, a lot of you wondering, how do I keep track of which aces are face up and face down since I'm doing the sleight of hand so quickly? Well, I keep track of it by looking at the markings on the backs. The markings are quite subtle, but I'll show you how you can spot them. So if you take a look, on the ace of hearts, we have ace of hearts. And on the ace of clubs, we have ace of clubs. And on the ace of spades, we have ace of spades. And on the ace of diamonds, we have the ace of diamonds. So that is how I keep track of my aces. So that is the performance. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to learn how to do it, then stick around for the tutorial. If you don't want to ruin the magic, then you can feel free to leave the video now and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the performance. With all that said, let's jump into the tutorial. So here is the tutorial for which ace is face up, which I'm going to call it that. I don't really have an official title for this. But yeah, so I remember seeing this performance in a YouTube video a while, like it was years ago when I was first started getting into Magic, but I didn't really like the, what's it called? The presentation. So I tried to adapt it slightly, and this is what I've come up with. And what I've got here is something that you might find useful to actually help you perform this. Otherwise, ignore the fly buzzing around. Well, that's just fucking rude, isn't it, you bastard? Right, okay, so what you're going to need is 5 cards, and you're going to need some sort of roughing fluid. Now, instead of using roughing fluid, what I've got here is Harry Robson's roughing stick, which cost me, I think it's like £15 or something. So it's relatively cheap because I know how small it is. This should last you a lifetime. However, I did lose mine, so I had to reorder one. So yeah, so what you're going to need is this, or some sort of roughing fluid, and then I'll explain what you're going to need to do with your cards. So with the Ace of Spades, what we've got here, on the back of it is our which ace is face up design. I have printed these myself, however the they didn't come out too well because they're very pixelated, but as long as you can read what it is, you can literally just get an Ace of Spades with a regular red back and write which ace is face up on the back of it. You can design these however you want, but yeah, you're basically going to have Ace of Spades with that design on the back, and then you're going to have your Ace of Diamonds with the Ace of Diamonds written on the back, and then your Ace of Clubs will have Ace of Clubs on the back, your Ace of Hearts will have Ace of Hearts on the back, and then you've got another which ace is face up card, and on the back of that you're going to have your Ace of Spades. Okay, so the way you're going to set this up is you're going to take your roughing stick or your roughing fluid, or if you don't have this you can use a double-sided sticky tape. However, I noticed when I did actually record a video of this using the double-sided sticky tape, and you could see it on the camera, so I was just like, let's scrap that and do it properly. So what I did, what you're going to need to do is, if you've got the roughing stick or the roughing fluid, you're going to take your which ace is face up cards, and you're going to apply it to both faces on these sections here. I'm not going to apply it again because it's exactly how I need it to be right now. But all you need to do if you've got the roughing stick is just lightly dab it across the face, just like this, lightly applying it to the face of the card. So what that will do is it will make sure that when these cards are face to face like this, they will not separate, you see. I mean, they separate a bit if you use a little force like that, but if you apply a lot of force, like you do with a roughing deck or a invisible deck, they shouldn't split, okay? So what you're going to need to do to set this up, it's very simple. You're going to take your which ace is face up card with your Ace of Spades written on it. You're going to place it like this with the ace to your left, so from my perspective it's to my left, and then you're going to have your Ace of Spades, and you're going to want this face up, so the which ace is face up are aligned just like that. You want everything to be aligned like this, so everything looks perfect in the displays later on. And then you're just going to place your Ace of Diamonds, your Ace of Clubs, and then your Ace of Hearts on top. And that is pretty much the entire setup for this thing. So you've got your Ace of Hearts, they're all facing the same way, and then you've got your Ace of Spades and your which ace is face up cards, just like that. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. And once you've set everything up like that, what you're going to do to start off with is explain. You're going to play a little game. I'm going to hold the cards this way up so the spectator can... Nope, I was holding them the right way up to begin with. Stupid me. Okay, so we have the Ace of Hearts here and on top, and all you're going to do is just reverse count the cards just like that into your left hand, keeping this one as a double, and then you're going to peel them back one at a time into your right hand just like this. Okay, displaying the 4 aces. Explain the name of the game now, which is which aces face up, as you do a frustration count. So you're going to show the same back of the card here as you peel off each ace. So you turn your wrist, you flash the back, you peel off the Ace of Hearts, you flash the back, you peel off the Ace of Clubs, flash the back, Ace of Diamonds, and then hold this one as a double, and as you place it down, you're going to get a break underneath that. Okay, so you got a break underneath your Ace of Spades and your other card. Okay, so in full speed, what that would look like, obviously you've already seen it in full speed in the performance, but just for tutorial's sake, just to make sure everyone understands what it looks like, we'll have, so we've got the 4 aces, and the name of the game is which aces face up. Okay, it's a very simple game, and then we get a break. Okay, and now what you're going to do is explain to the spectator how the game works, and in doing this you're going to do a double lift with your cards above the break, turn that over, explain to the spectator that you're going to be turning over aces one at a time, and leaving only 1 ace face up in the packet each round. And the idea is the spectator has to determine which ace is face up. Okay, so in this position what we have here is our cards here. We're ready to do a bunch of Elmsley counts. So we've already covered the Elmsley count quite a lot on this channel, and I will leave a link in the description to someone else's tutorial for an Elmsley count if you don't already know how to do one. So with all that said, let's just jump straight into it. So all you're going to need to do here is ask the spectator which ace they think is face up. It doesn't matter if they get it right or wrong. The order is going to be hearts, and then clubs, then diamonds, and then we'll go on from there. So all you need to do at this point is, once they tell you which ace they think is face up, you're going to do an Elmsley count. So it looks like this. We'll do 1, block push, show the Ace of Hearts, leave it out, jog like that, and then you're going to leave the last card on top. Okay, so with the Ace of Hearts now sticking out, all you're going to need to do is a very simple realignment move, just to rearrange the cards for the next phase. So all you're going to do is push forwards with your fingers here. I tend to use my index or my middle finger, and you're going to push it forwards, and with your index finger here on the lower card, you're going to place your index finger flush with the Ace of Hearts here, just like that. And then as you push this card forwards, it's going to make contact with your index finger, making sure everything is aligned. And now at this point, all you're going to do is, it's very difficult to show this with this camera angle, but I'll just, break my arm here. So all you're gonna do is, with your thumb, is you're gonna block push everything underneath the outjogged card here, and so that it is aligned with everything else with your index finger at the bottom here, leaving this singular card in the middle here. And all you're gonna do is just strip that out. Okay, so I'll just reset everything so you can see how everything looks. So we end in this position after our first Elmsley count. We're going to push this card forwards, realign it, and with our thumb here, we're going to push everything underneath this single card so that it is also aligned with the rest of the packet. Strip this single card out, and then just place it on top. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that 2 more times, and then we'll move on to the next phase. So all we need to do now is ask the spectator again the same question: which aces face up? Doesn't matter which answer they give. We're going to do another Elmsley count. This time it'll be the ace of clubs that is face up. We'll do the realignment move. We push forwards. We push everything underneath this card, and we strip out and we place on top. Okay. We do the same thing again. We ask the spectator which ace they believe was face up. They give their answer. We do another Elmsley count. This time it's the ace of diamonds. We do the realignment move one last time, and we place this card on top, and this time we want to keep a break. Okay, so this card should be the ace of spades in this case, not in this case, in every case. I keep adding phrases that don't need to be there. Oh well. So what we're going to do is you're going to take the which ace is face up card. Here, which is the ace of spades. You're going to ask the spectator now for the bonus round that we're going to play, and ask them which ace is on top. And now it doesn't matter which answer they give, but if they give the ace of spades answer, which is perfect, you just turn over the ace of spades, and you're going to give it time to stick to the back of the other roughed section of the card here. Because what you're going to explain to the spectator now is that the ace of spades is the leader card of the aces, and when it turns face up, the rest of the aces turn face up, and you're just going to spread. If you've got the roughing fluid on the back of the card, if you just spread like this, applying enough force, they should not split, and you should be able to just freely handle these cards now pretty much, and display that all of the aces have turned face up. Okay, so that's your second phase, I guess, of the routine. I suppose it's the 5th phase, but who cares? So all you're going to do now is explain to the spectator how you keep track of which aces are face up and which ones are face down. And all you need to do now is just show the markings on the back. It's very simple. You're just going to turn over the whole packet, and then you're going to show the ace of hearts, which is got the ace of hearts on the back, got the ace of clubs with the ace of clubs on the back. And then what I tend to do in this position is I strip out the ace of spades, because this is our double here, and I don't necessarily want it to be the closest card to the spectator, because they might go grab the cards in a second when they're on the table, and then they're just going to split the card, and then the effects ruined. So you're just going to strip this one out from underneath the ace of diamonds, show the ace of spades, and then you're just going to very lightly apply pressure on either side of the card using your index finger, and you're just going to quickly just place it down on the table. And then with the ace of diamonds you do the same thing, just to make it look like all of the cards are the same. And then that is pretty much how you perform this effect. So if you enjoyed learning how to perform that, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, share with anyone who would want to learn any of these tricks that I'm sharing with you, and with all that said, I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.